Other interesting cultural news, you have Light Kelce Bowl gets less than 150 likes in one day, which is ridiculous and pathetic to say the least. Not to brag, but last time I did a tweet, I got to get at least 3 likes. And again, it's all about the sample size. Mine were quality over quantity. They were the best 3 likes of all time. Now, Bud Light is a huge national brand. They have 30,000+ people that follow them. And their tweet was, quote, hashtag Kelce Bowl, which, spoiler alert, I did do a little research. I don't believe it is named after a gal by the name of Kelsey. Probably, maybe. But nevertheless, this sports ball trophy, they also say, quote, it's now a Philly thing. And they had the emojis of a pair of beers and an eagle. An American eagle, by the way. No affiliation, or rather, the bald eagle specifically. And again, it got less than 150 likes in one day. And of course, they did block a lot of the comments. I can't help but wonder, they got 11,500 people saw it. How many of the comments are positive? 1, 2, 3 maybe? Or will they achieve the rare occurrence of the Chris Christie effect, a phenomenon in which you actually, or a mathematical anomaly, you get 0 positive responses from your original tweet, which actually happened on the show twice when we looked through all Chris Christie's responses from one of his tweets. No one had a positive response to him, which begs the question, what's his family and campaign staff doing? Allegedly, he has a couple of friends as well, but 0? That is a mathematical anomaly, to say the least. Let's dive in and find out. First comment is from Alex Sasha. It says, quote, go Eagles fly, unquote. Now, that seems to be real. Did get any likes. Did get 100 views. Let's pull up. I mean, this seems suspicious. Someone's saying something popular, or rather, someone is saying something positive about Bud Light. What's this person about? Oh, it's a scam profile. Now, this Mr. Alex Sasha has no profile picture except an A. No background picture on their profile. They have 207 followers. Not to brag, but I'm near 300 followers myself. Now, they also, all this person does, again, it's the same BS scam. They retweet for the hashtag @millions, which is one of those silly things where it's basically marketing and gambling combined. If you retweet their post, this company claims, oh yeah, we'll send $100 to one person who retweets this and follows our account. And I'm scrolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All this person does is retweet for that hashtag. And then they retweet for someone by the name of Pulte, who again is one of those people where they say, hey, if you retweet this, we're going to give $3,000 to someone random. Yeah, so this person, they may not be a robot, but they are mentally as vacuous as a robot. So let's say that doesn't count. Now, someone by the name of My Two Sons says, congratulations. They didn't get any likes from that comment. But if we look at their profile, under 100 users, or they have 100 followers. And all they repost is for free crap. What? Now this makes no sense. They say, I guess Best Buy technically, Bed Bath Beyond still does exist. They did a retweet for a free gift card to Bed Bath Beyond. I forgot they technically still exist. Overstock.com bought the intellectual property of the name. So the website is now just rebranded Overstock.com. So I guess it does make sense you could win a gift card to that. But again, it's a serial gift card person. Someone by the name of Big Pinky Ring says, quote, woo-hoo. This person has 133 followers. And this person just reposts giveaways for, what is this, a Hallmark Channel stuff? Yeah. Again, another freebie chaser. Now, that one again got 0 likes. So, someone else by the name of America says, time to celebrate. They got 0 likes. Here we go. Here's some real ones. Someone by the name of John Jones says, congrats, Mulvaney, unquote. Which, of course, Dylan Mulvaney was their famous spokesperson who got $185,000 for like 2 pictures, which is a great deal for Dylan Mulvaney. That I can't imagine making so much money. When they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, in that case it's worth, well, technically it's worth negative $400,000, actually plus, $400 million because Q2 alone, they lost that much money compared to the same period before thanks to the Dylan Mulvaney campaign. Now, that got 8 likes. Someone by the name of John Green says, quote, Dylan says he likes Philly things, unquote. That got 6 likes. And is a picture of Dylan Mulvaney holding a Bud Light can in a dress, and I don't know what you call it, little, I guess they're just big gloves that go up to your wrist. I would venture to say they're more appropriate for someone in a hazmat suit or someone working with hazardous materials than an actual fashion statement, with the only exception being perhaps Audrey Hepburn near a century ago. But nevertheless, let's see here. Let's see. Midge did a poll, small sample size, only 9 votes. But this poll said, quote, do you still support Bud Light's decision to change their quote-unquote fratty appearance by becoming gay beer? The 2 options being, yes, because I'm gay, no, I do not support. And again, sample size is 9 votes. Of the 9 votes, 88.9% said, no, I do not support. Let's see here. And that got 1 like. A lot of people posting. I actually had the millions post on there. Wow, so that's very few comments. I scrolled through it. It's only not even a whole page of comments. But if we go to the hidden ones, we get a couple more. Someone by the name of Pierre 4PMs did a meme in which they have the Bud Light can photoshopped for the pejorative F word on the can, light, and the caption is cut off your private part. That did get 2 likes before Bud Light chose to censor that. And he actually did it twice, and they censored both times, or rather, that was part of the hidden responses. So needless to say, as the youth might say, Bud Light was officially ratioed because, again, all the neutral or positive comments, a majority of them seem to be people who just retweet for freebies, which, again, is what I kept warning people about the Bud Light sweepstakes, where, again, they're getting huge traffic in terms of hundreds of profiles were signing up for this. Oh yeah, sign me up and I could win a case of Bud Light, which, incidentally enough, is a great example of how you could be a winner and a loser at the same time. And is actually a fun question. What would you do if you won a case of Bud Light? With my favorite use case being using it as a form of ballast if you are a hot air balloonist. So you can actually have it to the side of your hot air balloon, and to go higher, you can cut it off to decrease the weight of the balloon apparatus. It would fall to the ground. Now, safety hazard, if it were to fall and hit someone in the head, that would not be good, though it could arguably be better and less detrimental to their health than actually consuming the product. But nevertheless, it's a huge sweepstakes. They get hundreds of responses. But when we look at those responses on the show, we see that an overwhelming majority of them just retweet everything that's a freebie. It's not really building brand allegiance, not really building your customer base, which again is one of the precarious things when it comes to marketing. You have to be aware and you have to be careful when it comes to freebies. Sometimes if you can directly correlate to business, it makes sense. Or when I say that, I mean you can directly correlate to sales. Like a good example of that would be perhaps something like a free Bud Light Yeti cooler if you buy 12 cases of beer, or something to that effect, where you can directly correlate it to sales and get a return on investment. With this, just giving out free cases of beer, again, it's very hard to track that ROI. And a lot of companies, interestingly enough, they do this. Perhaps one of the most confusing ones being automotive companies doing commercials on TV and YouTube. Unless you go to the dealership and they say, hey, Bob, I want to buy this vehicle because I saw that commercial, it's a little bit difficult to measure that ROI. Now, you can also, looking at more of these comments, they just really aren't positive at all. So I would say this is as usual, an epic fail for Bud Light's marketing campaign. Because again, most of the responses are not positive. It's not building their brand identity. It's not turning the sales trajectory around for the business. I mean, they're certainly putting out more content, and I'm not sure if they're hoping they could wear down the resistance, and maybe the people who oppose Bud Light will just have better things to do, or they just don't think it's worth their time to respond. But let me know in the comments, is there any single tweet or tweet campaign they could do to actually turn this situation around so they're not losing on average about 30% of their sales compared to the same fiscal period the year before, and then about 26% of their sales by volume. With the specific Bud Light brand, that's usually about how much they're losing or how much their sales is decreasing week over week, with the other brands, specifically Budweiser, being down around 10%, Michelob Ultra being down around 3.4 to 4%, and the other 47 brands more or less staying about the same sales volume and dollar amount. So let me know in the comments. It'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, have a happy Thanksgiving. Especially want to thank you for taking the time to tune in today. Don't forget to take the time to subscribe. We're trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of November. So if you click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, any comments are greatly appreciated because I want to make the channel better and better, and your feedback is appreciated, even if it's harsh critique, because I argue that is how you grow the most. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.